what is your name and what's your affiliation with this?
I'm Heather Young. I'm the co-leader of the Northern Humboldt chapter of the, it's a mouthful, California 2012 initiative to get GMO foods labeled.
And what is the initiative?
Well, it's to get all food sold in the grocery store that's not ready-made food, that has ingredients that contain modified organisms, to have labels saying such. So it would be the fresh fruits and vegetables, it would not be the meats, it would not be the deadly things, but it would be everything else sold, packaged, canned, boxed, frozen, anywhere else in the grocery store.
So that means like cereal and different granola bars and everyday
everything,
items?
Potato chips and yeah, all of that.
So does that mean right now that any items that contain genetically modified organisms aren't labeled?
No, there's actually no labeling anywhere in the United States to let you know what is modified and what isn't.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of theories why. A big one is that the companies that created the modified organisms don't want it to be labeled. They say that labeling it insinuates that it's not good for you. And so they've lobbied actually to have no labeling or to have people not be able to put non-GMO on their products. So that's a big reason, is because the corporations that own these seed stock don't want you to know. Personally, I'm afraid for my children's children. This is unresearched technology. The government says that because it looks like corn and it tastes like corn and it smells like corn and it comes out like corn, that it must be corn. And we don't need to test it because it must be good. And we really just don't know. And so I'm concerned. I want to see labels on the food just so that I know what I'm eating, whether it's modified or not. It really comes down to, should it be on the ingredients list, just like everything else? If you think it's a wonderful thing, great, then eat it and know that it's in your food. You know, if I don't think it's a wonderful thing, great, then I should be able to avoid eating it and know what's in my food.
Do you think if California passes this, it will encourage other states to do the same?
Oh yes, by far. We tend to be, in my opinion, those, health nut freaks out in California, but time has shown that all of that stuff is the right stuff. Like, we stopped smoking first, like the commercials say. Like, we banned smoking in public places before anyone else does, and now there's several other states that have it too. I understand the medical marijuana thing is the same way. Look at the labels in your food. If it, does your ketchup have high fructose corn syrup in it? Then it would probably have genetically modified organisms in it as well. Look at the labels of where your vegetables are coming from. Buy locally. Know your farmers. Those are all things you can do to help prevent the consumption of genetically modified foods right now, before it gets passed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity to share the message.